lifelines. Eliminate plans B, C, and D. Let the curtains close and the lights dim. See, the beginning of something new requires the ending of something current. So make life propel you into chapter 2. Let the doors slam and lock behind you. Throw away the key. With the boats burned and turning back off the table, we have to make it work. We have to figure it out. Well, how, we might ask, with only these pieces, with only this circumstance, with only these resources? Well, it's funny how when walking away is no longer a possibility, so many other possibilities are born. When we're stuck between the wall and our demons, we roll up our sleeves and do that which we have been, let's face it, running from. We fight. We become proactive. We take initiative. It was always there. We just never had to. So if you can't do it on your own, make life make you. Because the bottom line is there are new horizons that await your arrival. They are always there. But they require you to make the trip. To look out over the vastness of what's before you and convince yourself that what's ahead can become your new normal. You know how I wish we weren't biologically preconditioned to.
Let's go, let's go. Good morning, family. Rise and shine. What is going on? Oh my goodness. Talk about a struggle to get this call started. That's how I know this message was meant to go ahead and get out there today. YouTube just didn't want to let you guys hear it, but no worries. I'm here ready to go ahead and pour into everybody for the start of the Monday. TGIM. Thank goodness it is Monday. Let's go ahead and dive into today. Today we are going to be talking about, honestly, a great topic: how to go ahead and play the game of life. I love this one. This is such a big one. And I want to go ahead and start the day, as always, with a little bit of gratitude. What is everybody grateful for coming into today? Grateful to be alive. Grateful for Monday. Grateful for all of the growth. Grateful for the morning rituals coming in for this morning. A powerful visualization. Honestly, it took a lot of time this morning, really like 2 hours to really sit down, be still, and really get into the thoughts. So grateful for each and every one of you. So grateful for the leaders. Grateful for the dream team. So grateful for everything that is happening for us in life and not to us. And for the daily challenge, what is everybody on? What day are you on? And this is going to tie directly into my topic today, because here's what I've realized in a couple years of entrepreneurship, right? If you really want to go ahead and see quantum leaps, if you really want to go ahead and embody what it is that we envision, it comes from the deep work. Day 115, 115 days, going at it straight. Look at that, JoJo. I love it. 21. So if you guys don't know the checklist, 7 days, 21 days, 66, 90. Once you get to 90 days, now it's a party. You're going to feel so uncomfortable. You're going to feel weird not getting it down for the day. And this is where it truly happens. So Lady Boss Nikki, day 105. Let's go. I love it. I love it. So family, we've got such a great month planned out for the month of December, right? We've got 25 days of giving, right? Meaning almost every single day for the month of December after December 6th, we're going to be having a topic. We're going to be having a breakdown of every single platform inside of the academy. So anybody on the outside can get a sneak peek and actually experience the power of all of these recession-proof skill sets. They're going to be able to see go lives of trading, go live sessions of e-commerce, and what products are really hot that they can go ahead and throw in their store this week. They're going to be able to get a sneak peek of the trading session. They can actually get a demo account and take some of these trades live. So I'm really excited for the month of December. We've got so much growth coming in. So let's go ahead and get into it for today. We're talking about how to go ahead and play the game of life. And if you guys don't know, this is actually straight out of the book, How to Play the Game of Life. So this is honestly a phenomenal one. Ever since I started diving into this, it's really shifted the perspective on a couple of different things. Even like the Bob Proctor side, he goes into the conscious mind, the subconscious, and even what Netta was talking about, the super conscious. So it really gets pretty in deep with a lot of different areas. But today, we're going to be touching on 3 main points inside of this book. So let's go ahead and get into it for today. All right, family. So the first thing I want to go ahead and talk about is right here. Ready? So how to play the game of life and how to play one of the first chapters inside of the book. Here's what he ended up getting into. Many people are attracted to disease and unhappiness through the condemnation of others. What man condemns in others, he attracts to himself. Okay, and this is so big because this kind of touches on the topic that we were going through this past week. How many have experienced, whether you get around somebody, whether we get around certain conversations, and we can feel that their pain literally runs down their leg across the floor and runs straight up our leg, and now we can feel their pain. How many have been there in the same scenario, maybe the past week, maybe the past month? Okay, absolutely, without a doubt. We've definitely all been there. Let me go ahead and drop some twos in there for myself. So here's what I had to realize, okay? When it came to the power of really understanding energy, when it came to the power of influence, when it came to the power of what it is that we're seeing, hearing, feeling, and touching, this is crucial. Okay, so inside of the book, this is one of the first things it talks about is man picks up a live wire whenever he criticizes or condemns and may expect a shock. Okay, and I've been that person, right? Whether to criticize somebody, we see somebody winning, we see somebody soaring by, and it's easy to criticize why they have their success, why they're getting withdrawals, why they're seeing the rankos, why they're seeing so much excitement in their everyday life. And it's so easy to go ahead and make an excuse as to why they're living like that. Oh, they got lucky, they got blessed. Well, the truth is, it's easy to go ahead and say that from the outside, but nobody truly knows what's happening on the inside. So when I started to see other people winning, I stopped giving excuses. I stopped criticizing them. And I said, you know what? Maybe they're doing something that I'm not. What is it that I can pay attention? What is it that I can go ahead and take from them that I can tweak and put into my routine, my schedule, that I can go ahead and grow 1% better? And this is why having a community is so important, because some people, you see others winning, you get jealous. Me, I get inspired, I get motivated. So I learn to go ahead and ask questions. So anybody that's in the community, guess what? We have the ability to be able to reach out, ask questions, and learn when we're able to go ahead and drop the ego. If somebody just hit a new rank, perfect time to go ahead and ask a question. What are you doing lately? What are you doing that's really got you on fire? Somebody's winning in the markets. What product are you using, and how are you really maximizing it? You're getting some sales in your store? Go ahead and give me a little tip. What can I go and implement into my store? So this is huge. I had to learn this along the course of the journey. Asking questions, utilizing the community around you is so important to be able to learn, grow, and level up. Even events. I can't tell you guys how many times, and this is why events are so crucial as well. Because when you go to events, you not only get to experience the energy, the atmosphere, the stories, the testimonials, but you get to see the day-to-day action. You get to see people that are just like you from a whole different city, a whole different state, and being able to see the growth, being able to see their daily rituals, how they do their three-way calls, the energy that they have. And you're going to realize that a lot of the time, most of these activities, most of these skill sets, they're not as scary as we might think. But a lot of times when we're at home, when we're in our own thoughts and we're getting on our trades, we're getting on social media, it's easy to get in our own heads because we don't know how to play the game. When you can let go of other people's approval, when we can let go of what other people think, this is where the magic happens, okay? Because every time that we're holding on to that, guess what happens? There's a shock that is created. And that shock, a lot of the times, is for a negative side of the slope. So today, this is 3 keys to go ahead and really learn the game of life and how to play it. Okay, it's so much easier for the average person to have fear than it is to have faith. Isn't that the truth? How many of us can relate? Because we've all felt that, right? But now being able to hear it in a different light, now it can really make sense. It's so much easier for the average person to have fear more than they have faith. You know why? Because fear is something that it doesn't take effort. It doesn't take any effort to feel scared. It doesn't take any effort to feel anxious. It doesn't take any effort to feel depressed. Why? Because we're reacting to what's happening. But I'm going to tell you what does take effort. Faith. Faith takes effort. Faith takes will. You see, that's the difference. It takes real energy to go ahead and really create that. Real energy that you have to be intentional with. It's not easy. This is why if it was easy, everybody would do it. So here was the quote that he left at the end of the page. No man gives to himself but himself, and no man or woman takes away from himself but themselves. I'm going to say that again. No man gives to himself but himself, and no man or woman takes away from themselves but themselves. Does that make sense? What does that mean? How many of us are holding the key to happiness in somebody else's hands? We're waiting for somebody else to join to be happy. We're waiting for the withdrawal to be happy. We're waiting for the ka-chings to go ahead and feel happy. But you know what's truth? The truth is it all comes from within. I don't need any relationship to go ahead and make me feel happy. I don't need anything externally to go ahead and make me feel joy. We can feel that right here, right now. And this is one of the biggest keys to how to play the game of life. So number 2, that was huge. Number 2, this is good. You ready? Here was the first paragraph, okay? The metaphysician knows that all disease has a mental correspondence. And in order to heal the body, one must first heal the soul. I love this. This was such a great topic. Any inharmony on the external indicates there's a mental inharmony. As the within, so the without. I'm going to read that second part again. Any inharmony on the external indicates there is a mental inharmony. So what does that mean? Okay. We can go ahead and we can take a look at our body. We can take a look at our skin, and we can start to get an idea of what is happening mentally. Believe it or not, this is a reflection of how we feel, how we eat, right? Our energy that we have about ourselves. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but our skin actually plays a huge role in what's going on internally. I don't know if you guys know that or not, but this is huge. This is giving us a sneak peek look of what's happening in here. So I had to realize all these different things. So watch this. Man's only enemies are within himself, and a man's foes shall be they of his own household or those in the external world. This is so important to understand because you realize nobody has the ability to go ahead and take your happiness away unless you give them the key. So here's the last piece for that. To go ahead and really build the soul set, this is straight from the 5 a.m. club too. We have the heart set, the mindset, the soul set, and the health set. Well, this all comes together. So if you really want to go ahead and maximize our potential, it's going to take being able to correlate all of these different things. Let me ask you guys this, okay? It's 11:30. What have you already fed your body for today? What are the first things that you're putting in your body before the day's even started? That's my first question for you. Was it alkaline? Was it whole foods? Was it fruits? Was it vegetables? Because I can tell you, whatever we're fueling ourselves, that's what's going to end up creating the actions that we take. That's going to end up giving us the energy that ends up coming from the atoms inside. Okay, from the ATM molecules. This is huge. This is where you really start to understand things at a deeper level. Okay, if you want the brain to optimate at its optimal levels, it takes getting the right nutrients and the right fuel. It takes being able to take the time to work out today, to go ahead and move. Why are most people stagnant? Because everything plays a role, the mind, the body, and the spirit. So if the body is stagnant, guess what happens? So is the mind, and so is going to be the spirit. If the mind is also stagnant, that's why even Neno's call this morning was great. He was talking about unpersonal development. Some people, what's the difference? How many distractions do we have every day? And how focused are we during the day? Even just that little ratio, to be aware of that is so important. So somebody on the call said, well, I don't want to be studying all day. Who the heck wants to take the time to read and study all day? I don't either. I can't sit still. I'm an athlete. I like to move around. But the way he put it was so beautiful. It's not about studying all day. It's about being able to incorporate it in all aspects of our day, right? Being able to listen to the audio in the shower, listening to it at the gym, right? Even falling asleep, brushing our teeth, so many different ways that we can incorporate growth. And when you truly understand this is how it all meshes in one. So watch this, okay? This achievement is held by becoming a perfect idea in the divine mind, awaiting man's recognition. As the imaging faculty is the creative faculty, it is necessary for a man to see the idea before it can manifest. So let me ask you, can you see your ideal body before it's even happened physically yet? Can you see yourself getting withdrawals? Can you see yourself speaking on stage? Can you see yourself getting hundreds of messages thanking you for your testimony, for everything that you've been able to get through and grow through? You've got to be able to see it before it happens. Okay, I want you to think about an NFL kicker. I'm going to give you guys a perfect example right now. Okay, I don't know if you know this, but this is being an athlete. This is how the elite operate inside of the 1%. Okay, an NFL professional kicker, as they go to kick the ball, you got to think about it. They're getting paid millions of dollars to simply kick a ball through a field goal. That's it. But why is it so difficult? Because it's hard to master the mind when you have a lot of noise in the external. This is why they get paid millions of dollars. So how many of you can master the mind with so much noise going on externally? This is big. So watch this. Every time before they kick a field goal, there's something that has to happen before they actually take the physical steps to go and kick the ball. And it happens spiritually. You know what happens? Every single time before they kick it physically, they spiritually envision themselves being able to literally take those 3 steps, kicking it and having a successful field goal before it even happens, and they feel it before it even happens. So can you feel all these different areas of success before it happens? The 6 pillars of life. Can you feel your family starting to get connected and start to feel whole? Can you feel your bank account starting to grow? Can you feel the impact that you're bringing out to society before it even happens? This is it. This is the secret to how to play the game of life. Because if you're feeling negative, if you're feeling in a state of lack, guess what? What we think about, we what? We bring about. What we think about, we bring about. So this is why they say the secret is the feeling. So here's how it ends off this paragraph for number 2, the second piece on how to play the game on the game of life and how to play it. You ready? The man's highest demand is for the divine design of their life. He may not have the faintest conception of what it is, for there is possibly some marvelous talent hidden deep within him. His demand should be, infinite spirit, open the way for the divine design of my life to manifest. Let the genius within me now be released, and let me see clearly the perfect plan. We say it all the time, without a vision, the what? The people perish. So being able to truly create this vision in all areas and all pillars of our life, I know this is where you can create in the quantum field, because you're not guessing and you know exactly what is that we want. So for the month of November, December, what do we want? While so many are taking off, while so many are getting, I see it. It's not hard to look around and see everybody's giving up on their dreams for 2022. It's already been written off. But us, this is incredible. Listen, I want you to take the time, drop some 5s in the chat, and pat yourself on the back. This is not easy. Doing this while most people are not plugging in, while most people are not becoming the best version, it's not easy to stay tapped in. So I want to be the first one to tell you, I'm proud of you. Be proud of yourself. You should write yourself a congratulations letter today for all that you've gone through thus far, and just know that you are truly getting started. So here's the last sentence again. His demand should be, infinite spirit, open the way for a divine design of my life to manifest. Let the genius within me now be released. Let me see it clearly, the perfect plan. So now that you've designed your plan, the only thing that's left to do is to take the action and let the time catch up. And the last piece for today, you ready? Okay, here we go. This is in chapter 9, the perfect self-expression or the divine design. You ready? Watch this. This is great. There is for each man and each woman perfect self-expression. There is a place with which he or she is to fill and no one else can fill, something which only they can do and nobody else. It is their destiny. I say it all the time. Everybody put your thumb up right now. What's different about your thumb and everybody else's? Nobody else has your thumbprint. You are unique. You have your own skills, your own talents that the world is waiting to hear when you're able to use your voice and put yourself out there. So here's the last 2 paragraphs, how it plays out for this chapter. You ready? This achievement is held, a perfect idea in divine mind, awaiting a mind's recognition. So we went over this, but here's the biggest part on how to go ahead and put a tactical plan to it. You ready? What action are we ready to go ahead and take today to actually let ourselves be able to express ourselves in the most divine design? It could be making the YouTube series today. It could be going ahead and getting your e-commerce store live, putting some ads behind it. What is the self-expression that we can go ahead and express in our most divine design? Mainly, the whole point of this, what have we been afraid to do that we haven't taken the action yet? Because of the fear, because of the what ifs, because of wondering what if we fail? What if they say no? What if they don't believe in us? So this is the biggest question I have for today. How can we go ahead and express this self-expression of our best, most divine design? The easiest way to do that is probably running at the thing that makes us afraid. I'll give you a perfect example, okay? Neno's like, on December 1st, for everybody, I want to see who's ready to go ahead and run an event. Who's ready to get uncomfortable? Who's ready to go ahead? And you might not even have the space yet, but we're gonna make the flyer. We're gonna do the action, and we're gonna figure it out as we go. I can't tell you guys how many times I've had to do this over the course of this journey. I've had to go to events. I didn't even have the money to get inside, but I knew we were going to figure it out on the way, right? Successful people, they make decisions, and a lot of times they figure it out as they go. Because we can sit here all day long. We can think about all these possibilities on the what if we played out and then never take the action. I've been there before. So you know what I got used to? Let's go ahead and take the action. Let's learn as we go. We can look at 20 hours of Zooms, 20 hours of reading a book, 20 hours of audios, but we're going to learn more in 1 hour taking the action, getting out in the field, than 20 hours doing that behind the scenes. So this is what this is all about. November, December is going to be massive months of taking action, getting uncomfortable, right? Because the truth is, we're already uncomfortable. There's nothing comfortable about the place that we're at. I'm not comfortable being in the position. I'm not comfortable with the impact that I've had. I'm not comfortable with the withdrawals that's going on. So in fact, I'm ready to go ahead and step out more into the uncomfort zone, ready to run at the things that make us fearful, because we understand on the other side is going to be the growth. So family, with that being said, this is my training for today on the 3 different ways on how the game of life is and how to go ahead and play it, and to go ahead and end it off like this. Watch this, okay? Here's my visual for everybody today. Got this morning, and I wanted to go ahead and add it on to the end of this so you can really make things make sense for today, okay? Check this out. Here's my visual. How many have ever been on a boat? Y'all ever been deep sea fishing? You ever been on a cruise? If you've ever been on any type of boat, drop some 3s down below in the chat. Let me know. How many of you have ever been on a boat? This is such a cool example. Let me know. Okay? If you've ever been seasick, watch this. Pay attention. So if you've ever been on a boat and you've gotten seasick, essentially what's happening, the waves are creating an imbalance in your equilibrium. Okay, this is essentially what's happening. So on the surface level, we're getting hit by the waves that is knocking off our equilibrium. So you know what actually happens, what some people actually tell people, not on cruise ships, but when they're going on a boat, when they're going out deep sea fishing, when they're feeling seasick, they actually have them jump in the water. You know why? Because the waves are only on the surface level. When you're able to get in the water, now you're able to actually be still, and you're able to actually go ahead and balance your equilibrium. So this is how this correlates perfectly into today. The reason why so many feel like life is so rocky, life is so up and down, is because they're playing on a surface level. This is where the deep work comes in, taking the time to journal, taking the time to meditate and manifest what is that you truly, truly desire. This is where you're able to become still, and you're able to get in what I call the flow of life. And we're not just getting carried by all the ups. We're not just getting flowed by all of the lows, and we're able to go ahead and stay balanced in all areas of life, because we don't get too high for the highs and we don't get too low for the lows, and we're able to stay in a state of flow. So that's my training for you guys today. And if you really want to go ahead and get in the flow state, here's what happens. It's going to take you diving in the water, full on 10 toes deep, diving into the abyss of gratitude, of joy, of activities, of DMOs, of stepping out into the best version of yourself. So go out and get it, family. Your greatness is waiting for you. It is your favorite entrepreneur, Define Dreams. If you got any value from today, go ahead and drop some 7s down below. Smash that like button. Get ready for a phenomenal week, a phenomenal end to the month of November. We have Thanksgiving coming up, so get ready to spend some time with your family. Soak that in. And I love you. Go out and have an abundant day. If nobody told you today, I'm proud of you. I appreciate you, family. I'm grateful for you. Remember, you can be, do, or have anything you can hold in your mind. You can hold it right here in your hand. Love you, family. Get to it. You already know. Riding with my billionaire.